During that period of Sarah's life, Harold suggested several times that she move in with him. He was single, had no children, no commitments, and lived alone. Besides, his business was doing very well, and he told the girl that he could help her financially. Harold even offered to pay for her college tuition. Sarah repeatedly refused. She did not want to move in with Harold, although she really wanted to leave home, because the quarrels with her mother were daily and often very violent. Finally, in 2012, when she graduated from high school and turned 17, Sarah accepted Harold's proposal and moved in with him. At the time, it seemed to her that this was the beginning of a new life, and that with this man she would have everything she needed. And indeed, at first, Harold was like that. He bought Sarah everything she needed, enrolled her in college, gave her food, a roof over her head, and yet demanded nothing in return. He bought her gifts, was very attentive to what she needed as well as what she wanted. But everything changed when Sarah turned 18 years old. At that time, Harold began to make her an indecent proposal. He offered Sarah to have sexual intercourse with him in exchange for everything he had done for her. Obviously, she refused this. All the previous months while she had been living with Harold, they had passed themselves off as stepfather and stepdaughter to prevent misunderstandings and misinterpretations of their relationship. Sarah never thought that the man would ask her to have sexual intercourse with him. According to the girl's mother, she never agreed to her daughter moving in with Harold, but she never listened to her. Several people close to Harold and Sarah said that she even called him daddy, so the fact that he asked her for intimacy really surprised her. When Sarah refused, the man became very angry. He implied that if she did not have sexual intercourse with him, there would be no home or anything else for her. Harold also knew that Sarah had a history of substance abuse problems and that she had started using alcohol and illegal substances at a very young age. The man took advantage of this and offered her many different illegal substances. When Sarah was under the influence of drugs, Harold tried to have sexual intercourse with her and even raped her several times. Each time the girl refused, the man became more angry, aggressive, and violent towards her. Harold then wrote Sarah a list of all the things he had bought her and stated that until she returned all the money to him, she could not leave the house. He manipulated her by threatening to sue her for non-payment if she tried to run away. By then, Sarah had a steady job, but she was earning minimum wage, and her income was not enough to cover everything Harold demanded of her. Among the expenses were 2 expensive cosmetic surgeries that Sarah had under pressure from Harold. One was a nose job and the other was a buttock implant. The second surgery caused her such pain that she was on medication for months. Harold demanded $16,000 from Sarah in addition to all these payments for gifts. The man also demanded that the girl pay him for the months she lived in his home. Sarah could not return home to her mother because Harold psychologically abused and manipulated her, telling her that no one wanted her at home and that she would definitely not be accepted there.